spiritual wrestling and warring. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. The King James Version. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. From the King James Version. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. There is difference between warring and wrestling. There is difference between warring and wrestling. Biblically, spiritual warfare or war is a fight or battle against the spiritual. Biblically, spiritual warfare or war is a fight or battle against spiritual evil forces. Biblically, spiritual wrestling, like mentioned in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, spiritual wrestling is a spiritual struggle. Spiritual wrestling is a spiritual struggle. That is using a translation like the NIV. Use the word struggle instead of wrestling. Now, this struggle may be a struggle with God, like in the case of Jacob in Genesis chapter 32, verses 32 to 33. He wrestled with God. He struggled with God. This struggle may be a struggle in your faith, or if you like, a struggle with faith, like in the case of Peter. Luke chapter 22. Luke chapter 22. This struggle may also be a struggle in your faith or with your faith, like in the case of Peter. In Luke chapter 22, verses 31 to 32. Remember, Jesus said to him, he said, Peter, Satan has desired to sift you as wheat, but I have prayed for you. And they said to him that when his faith is restored, when his faith is restored, implying that Peter was actually going to have a struggle with his faith, or in faith. At the time he denied Jesus Christ, at the time he decided to withdraw into fishing, Peter was up and down in faith. The enemy was out to destroy Peter's faith.